From the Home Slice News Center, this is the Daily Slice for Thursday, June 16th, 2022. I'm D-Ray Knight. This is what's going on. The Lawrence County Sheriff's Office says a man has been arrested following a shooting that occurred in Lead Tuesday evening. Authorities say they responded to an address in Lead and found a 55-year-old male who was suffering from gunshot wounds. The male victim was transported to Monument Health Hospital in Rapid City. His condition was not released. Authorities arrested 76-year-old Robert Gillis of Lead for attempted homicide. He has been taken to the Lawrence County Jail. No further details are being released at this time. The Black Hills blood supply is running low. Amy Rose has more.
Vitalant in Rapid City says they have dipped below what they'd like to have on supply as blood donations continue to decline across the nation. Vitalant says they like to have 4 days of blood supply on hand. While blood donations tend to suffer during the summer due to travel and inability to run drives at schools, Vitalant says this year is more severe. Tori Robbins, Vitalant's communication manager, calls it a matter of life and death to come out and donate blood on a regular basis, as most blood is used by people with blood diseases and those who consistently need it. Vitalant is primarily looking for O negative and O positive blood, where one is compatible with all blood types and the other the most common. They're also hoping for platelet and plasma donations as well.
Rapid City's tax revenue for April brought in nearly $2.9 million, up 7% from a year ago. While 2021 proved to bring in above average revenue at around 19% over the previous year, 2022 is similar to years like 2019, where growth year over year was around $200,000. The 7% gain is just shy of the 8.3% current inflation rate. As tax growth settles, January to April growth is still $2.5 million over the same time in 2019. The Rapid City Council has certified the election of 5 new members. Once again, Amy Rose.
The Rapid City Council held a special meeting Tuesday to canvass the votes for the 5 newly elected alderpersons. The special meeting was necessary because it takes 12 days for meeting minutes to be published, and new resolutions do not take effect until 2 days after publication. The City Council unanimously voted to certify all 5 newly elected officials, and they can now be sworn in at the first City Council meeting in July. The newly elected City Council members include Jesse Ham in Ward 1, Bill Evans in Ward 2, Greg Strawman in Ward 3, Lance Lehman in Ward 4, and Pat Roseland in Ward 5.
In national and international news, here's the latest on the war in Ukraine. French President Emmanuel Macron says there are signs of war crimes in a Kyiv suburb after massacres by Russian forces. He spoke today in the town of Irpin while on a visit with other European leaders to show support for Ukraine. He denounced the barbarism of the attacks that devastated the town and praised the courage of the residents of Irpin and other Kyiv region towns who held back Russian forces from attacking the capital. The leaders of France, Germany, Italy, and Romania are visiting as a show of European support for the Ukrainian people as they resist Russia's invasion. They are expected to meet with Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky. The January 6th Commission is looking into Trump's pressure on then Vice President Mike Pence to overturn the election. Chrissy Davies explains.
The January 6th committee is plunging into Donald Trump's last-ditch effort to salvage the 2020 election by pressuring Vice President Mike Pence to reject the electoral count. Thursday's hearing will likely focus on how Trump latched onto a highly unusual strategy from conservative law professor John Eastman in the days before the U.S. Capitol riot. The House panel has said the illegality was obvious. Pence was to preside over the January 6th session of Congress to certify Joe Biden's election victory. Testimony is expected from the Vice President's counsel, Greg Jacob, and a retired federal judge, Michael Ludig, who called the plan incorrect at every turn.
The Federal Reserve intensified its drive to tame high inflation by raising its key interest rate by 0.75 of a point, its largest hike in nearly 3 decades, and signaling more large rate increases to come that would raise the risk of another recession. The move, the Fed announced after its latest policy meeting, will increase its benchmark short-term rate, which affects many consumer and business loans. The central bank is ramping up its drive to tighten credit and slow growth, with inflation having reached a 4-decade high of 8.6%. Spreading to more areas of the economy and showing no sign of slowing. Your weather forecast from the Home Slice Weather Center. Plenty of sunshine today with a high of 83, low tonight 54. And that was your Daily Slice for Thursday, June 16th, 2022. The Daily Slice is a production of Home Slice Media Group, hosted by D-Ray Knight with Amy Rose and Chrissy Davies. Executive producer Mark Houston. Engineered by Chris Jacquez. I'm D. Ray Knight. Have a great day.